How are you doing? I see that Mary is already here. Welcome to the Early Bird Club. I noticed somebody else, at least one other person is live, so I guess I got some competition. But I'm here. Cheyenne is not here. Cheyenne she went to stay with a friend, and we realized when we were talking about planning it and stuff, we realized after it was all planned that, oh no, it's Monday night. You're going to miss the live. We forgot to put it on our calendar, so now it's on her calendar, so she should be here in the future lives, and I get to kind of do it all on my own. And I'm sorry for the noisy background. I've told them that I'm doing this, but you know, they're teenagers. They have painted on ears at the moment. So how are you doing? Nightbot's sure talkative tonight. Hey guys, you're loud. I want to know what you guys have been working on, if anything. What have you been doing creative-wise? Hi, Deborah. Welcome. Glad you're here. I don't know what else to say. Welcome. My name's Michelle. My channel is So Magical Michelle Creates, and I crochet and I knit. And recently, my daughter and I have been publishing books. So we have our very first one right here. This gray thing right here is it says not for resale. It's because it's proof copy. So the ones that are in the order, they've been ordered today. They do not have this. And this is what I'm giving away in my little giveaway that says shh, giving away a journal. So the art out here, this is what my daughter drew. We have much cuter stuff coming, but this is a fun start. And so there's an entrance page. And then each set has lined pages, and then there's these cute there's 14 different page images on them. The lines come pretty high so that you have plenty of writing space, and it is college ruled, and there are 140 lined pages with the 14 different things. And then on the back there is another page, just kind of our goodbye page, and then a cute little back. And since this is our first journal ever that we published, I'm giving one away if you type the word journal in a comment, and you can get a second entrance into the giveaway by typing the word journal into the replay comments. So you can have 2 chances to win if you're live. And I'm going to you have until like next Sunday to comment on the replay, and then I will pick a winner on Monday. And I'm not sure when I'll actually get the books. Amazon says it could take 10 days. It could be faster, it could be slower. So I'm excited about it. I'm super excited about it. I wish Cheyenne was here to talk about it because it's her artwork, but she's got some really, really cute stuff. I'm really excited she's working on an adult coloring book, so that's fun. So we have that going on. And so anyway, I would love to know more about you. Deborah, welcome to the channel. If you can, I would love to hear what you do. It did turn out cute, didn't it? Thank you. I'm excited about it. I did submit my next one. It's basically kind of the same thing. The cover is black with white writing. And then there's no lines, and it's blank except for the little pictures. And it's going to have 280 of those pages. So it's going to be a thicker book. And I've submitted that today. So hopefully they review that very quickly and they approve it, and I can have a second book up. Thank you. We're excited about it. It's a lot of fun. We have a whole bunch of ideas in the works. I'm really excited about a children's, like a travel, like car game activity book that we're working on. Hi, Lori. Welcome. Even Nightbot said welcome. Never met a stick man I didn't like. Well, do you like one that's hanging off a cliff? Do you like one holding cakes? Can you see that? Super fun. So Lori, now that you're here, since I just got done talking about it, I will tell you that this is the proof copy. So they're ones that are for sale won't have the spray band on there, of our journal that we just got. There's 140 lined pages with the little stick figures, and then a couple of like a write your name on the page kind of thing. And I'm giving one away. So if you type journal in your comment, and then you can come back and type journal in a replay comment, and you'll get a second entry. And thank you, Deborah. I tend to put the pattern in. It's from Expression Fiber Arts, and I put the pattern in the link of my description. So if you're interested in getting the pattern, that's where it is. It was very fun. I used Yarntopia from Yarnbee. Did you hear that Queen Scrap Bridget is making a tutu for her baby pick for the challenge? She mentioned that last week. So if you do a journal, if you get an entrance if you write journal in a live comment, and if you come back and you do a comment in the replays, then you can get 2 entrances if you're live. If you are watching the replay and you didn't make it to the live, then you can just get 1 entrance by typing or writing journal in your comment. And of course, don't give it away that it's a giveaway. We don't want all the spammy people showing up. So, and Lori brought up, I have a make along, and Lori is actually my collab partner for the month of April. Can you believe April starts tomorrow? That is just so crazy. We are doing the animal theme, and hi Izzy. And oh, I like that you got it to change so that it says Izzy behind your name. That's good. It will be less confusing for some of us. Anyway, we are doing a collab, and our theme for it's called the Magical Mail, and the theme is animals. I'm pretty sure I have Nightbot scheduled to put out a little blurb about it. I'm not sure. Secret giveaways are the best giveaway. But now you just typed giveaways. Is that going to like bring the crazies out? I hope not. I don't know how it works with the comments. Anyway, we have, if you make something for an animal, something to help you take care of an animal, if you make something that is an animal, and it can be, look, Nightbot just dropped the link for this journal if you wanted to buy it, but you could also wait until after the giveaway to find out if you want it. What was I saying? I was talking about the giveaway. Not the giveaway. I was talking about the animals. And hi, Deb. I'll talk about the giveaway in just a second. So the collab, we're doing animals. Lori has all kinds of things planned. She's got some tutorials that she's thinking about. And you can make anything for your pets, for other animals. You could do fantasy animals. One of the days next month is a unicorn day. I think it was the 9th. And there's You can make pet things. Anyway, make something. It can be art. It can be poems. It can be music. If you send me a song, I'll include it on my slideshow at the end. You can give crochet, knit, felting, all of the crafts. If you wanted to do embroidery, cross stitch, what else? I already created the pattern for the mouse cat toy. Nice. I'm excited to see that. How Mary says, how about making something our animal will probably eat? Why not? I mean, the reality is that our animals will probably eat all the toys we make them anyway. So the other thing is the deadline for things to be in on the slideshow is April 30th. And then the first week, the couple days after that, when the slideshow comes out, I'm also doing a spinny wheel thing and picking a winner. If you don't want to be into that, you just, when you submit your picture or whatever, you tell me, hey, I don't want to be in the giveaway. And I'm giving away $5 you can use at Etsy or Ravelry. Okay, I think that covers the basics. Did I miss anything, Lori? As far as the giveaway, this is Cheyenne and I's first journal, and I'm giving a copy away. I ordered it today, so it should come. And so if you type journal in the comments, if you type journal in the live comment today, you get an entry, and then you have until next Saturday or Sunday to type or to make a comment with journal in the replay comments. So if you're here live, you get 2 chances to enter. And then it has 140 of these lined pages there's 14 different little images here. And it's also got like a place where you can put your, like this book belongs to kind of information. And the back is super cute as well. And I just submitted my, our second one of these that does not have lines. I just submitted it to Amazon for review, and it will have blank pages with just the little guys behind, and it's going to have twice as many pages. Like this size is okay, but I also want to see what it would take to do a hardbound version, because I like hardbound versions, but I also like blank pages because then I can just free write or draw or have a bunch of stuff. I really like blank pages and dot grids. So, and this is college ruled, because one of my pet peeves about journals is the ones that have really wide lines, and I'm taking notes at church or meetings, and I'm just like, really? I go through the pages so fast because the lines are so big. So I did a college ruled. Nightbot's being a bit, hey, if you guys type at Nightbot and something sassy, then Nightbot, we'll see if Nightbot is sassy back. And also I have the magic 8-ball we can do. I want to know what people are working on. Tell me what you guys are working on. And Deborah Thacker, because we have Deb here and we have Deborah. What kind of crafts do you do? What kind of creative things do you do? I would love to know. And Mary, have you picked up your crochet recently? Please say yes. For your own sake, it will be so good for your health. But I also know that your health is struggling, so maybe it wouldn't be good for your health. It'd be good for your mind. And then I have a question. Chef Lori isn't here, but a couple weeks ago, she said that my socks that I'm knitting look like underwear. And I'm just wanting to know if they've gotten long enough to just stop looking like underwear. They're not very long. I was hoping to be much further, but I was just curious what you guys think. Do they still look like underwear? Or have we finally surpassed that? It's so weird not having Cheyenne here. She decided to go hang it out with friends. Waiting. What do we do? sing a song. I'm actually going to see if my younger daughter, will write a song. This is really bugging me. I keep seeing it reflected in my glasses. That I'm going to see if she'll write an animal themed song that we can put in the slideshow, because that would be really fun. And just so you know, my daughters are not allowed to enter the giveaways because they're family. It is so much easier when somebody is with me. But she planned it out, and then we got it all her plans figured out, and then I was like, wait a minute, that's my night for lives. And she's like, oh no. And it wasn't in my calendar. So we've now scheduled them into her calendar so she can remember. I should change that so Nightbot says, want to give me some sass? Anyway, I crochet just started back after a year ago. My husband came down with a bit of a struggle. Oh, well, welcome back to the world of crochet. And I'm sorry about your struggles. Hope that everything is going well with him now. Oh yeah, see, this month's Magical Mal collab is with Lori. I will pin that because I can. So it's Lori who's on here. Has Lori dropped her channel yet? Type hook. Hi, Linda. Welcome. So we're doing animals to make something animal themed and turn it into me. My email is right there. soulmagicalmichelle.com. No, soulmagicalmichelle@gmail.com. Helps to include all of the information, right? Let me come back and put this up. How are you doing tonight, Linda? Oh, good. Lori is now dropping her channel. If anybody wants to have people come check out their channels, just type hook. That's my word. That's my keyword on my channel. Hey, Lori, I haven't looked yet because I've been super crazy busy, but how's your mat blanket coming? I know I saw that you had uploaded a video talking about color changes, but I didn't get a chance to look at it. And Izzy, I was really sad that you didn't get to comment on the video that I did with Lori last week. I don't know what was happening that you weren't able to comment on her lives, but so glad you can comment on mine. Oh, you had tremors, your husband had chemo and radiation, so I picked up crocheting again. That's tough. All of that's tough. So were your trouble like tremors that you could visibly see? I have internal trembles, so like you can't see them, but I can feel them. My daughter has the same thing. Lori says that she only picked up crochet a few years back again, and now I do it all. And you've got this, Deborah. I actually went for many years without doing crochet as well. So it's not going to be jinxed. You are totally welcome to talk here. I will not let anything happen to that opportunity to talk on my channel, Izzy. Just added South America, and I'm on the row for the second corner. Nice. How am I? I'm like tired. I'm doing really good. I'm feeling really good. I got some really cool news this last week, and got my proof of my journal that Cheyenne drew all the pictures for and things like that. But I hardly have done any crochet. I have my video, I recorded it. And so my sweater that I've been knitting, I got my sleeves done. I didn't weave in my end though, because I'm like, if I have to undo it, if by the time I'm done, I want it to be easier to undo. So I'm waiting to weave in my end. I don't know what's up with YouTube, but I'm not going to let you, I'm going to figure it out. If you get to where you can't make comments, I will solve that problem because I want you to be able to continue to comment on my channel. So, okay, so Lori's been working on her South America. Deborah's back to crochet after a year's break. What else are people making? What else are people working on? I have a to-do list this long and this much time. They don't match. This is where Cheyenne does something. Thank you. Thank you. I'm really excited about it. I think that, so I have the color work down here, right? And then I kind of changed it, and I think it's a really good, like, it's got enough the same that it pulls over, but it's not, I didn't have to do the entire bit of color work. Yeah, aren't these cute? Like, I never ever would have thought to make my stickman look like that. And this is her favorite. This is Shane's favorite, the one just hanging off the end. And so I'm really excited about it. Let's see. Lori Izzy, haven't crocheted either. I've been working on making morning sickness better. Today I just can't seem to stop. I'm sorry. One of my kids, actually Cheyenne, I had morning sickness for like 6 or 7 months, and then I got allergies. So I stopped being nauseous and then looked like I was crying. And then she was born at the end of April. So it was right smack dab in the middle of allergy season. So that was probably my most miserable pregnancy out of all 6 of them. Thank you, Lori. So how often did I set Nightbot to tell them about our journal? I didn't think it was that frequently. Where are you? Oh. Has it only been? Okay, I don't know. Nightbot's silly. Anyway, yeah, I'm excited about everything. And I'm excited to know what people are working on. As you can see, and that's why my typing is horrible, and I hit the send button accidentally, and autocorrectly is trying to help me. So I can't help you with autocorrect, and I'm glad that you just be patient, and I'm okay if you hit end soon. That's hard. I'm glad mine are internal, but at the same time, when they're internal, then it's hard for people to believe that there's actually a problem. Whereas if you have visible tremors, then at least people know there's a problem, but then it like interferes with your ability to do so much. I'm glad you went to the doctor, Izzy. This week I finished a small corner-to-corner Afghan using a scrap yarn and a summer top. Wow, you've been productive. Good job. Where is Cheyenne? Cheyenne! She scheduled a sleepover with her friend for tonight. Got it all scheduled, and then I was thinking about things. I was looking at my week, and I went, Cheyenne, you're scheduled to be gone on Monday night. And she's like, oh, no. And so we made sure now all the lives are in her calendar. And I will remember that even if I do a live at a different time, and put her in the calendar so she doesn't schedule over the top of it, because we just totally spaced that was in her schedule. I know it was in mine, but I didn't even think about it. Yes, invisible. I shall drink some water. Invisible disabilities are some of the toughest to have. Deborah, did you know how to crochet before? Or is it a new thing? And if you were, is the trembling make it harder to crochet? Because I know for myself, I don't have trembles, but I have problems with my arms, so I can only crochet for a little while, which is why I do knitting more. It's easier on my hands. I'm a little frustrated about Cheyenne not being here. It was mostly my fault because I totally spaced it. But I am sad. I miss having her here. I love having her here. 11 weeks makes more sense to me because I was like, if you were that far along, you would have known that you were pregnant a lot sooner, I think. Because 20 weeks, which is what you said last week, is like halfway. So 11 weeks makes a little more sense, but which means you still have a ways to go, and I'm sorry about that. But anyway, so this is for my giveaway. Not this one, because this one has the proof copy stuff that says do not resell this book. And this one was just so we can make sure that nothing got cut off in the lines and stuff like that. But when I ordered some that don't have this, and I'm giving one of them away to a lucky winner. I guess it would best to probably be in the United States because of shipping. I don't know what shipping outside of the United States would be. But anyway, if you type journal in the comments, then you get entered. And I'm leaving the replay. Well, I'm leaving the replay up indefinitely. But in the next week, if you comment with journal again, you get a second entry. And those on the replay get an entry. So if you're on live, you get 2 chances to win. If you are just watching the replay, you get 1. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But I'm giving away one of these books and sending it as soon as we get the new ones in. And to remind people, because I'm so excited about the art, is by Cheyenne. So she did the stick figure art. There's cute little stick figure guy on the back. And we have a put your name here page. Cheyenne already claimed this book. And then we have 14 cute little figures. So we have an arrow guy and a staff. And we have the flowers and a swords guy. I could tell I missed some things for stuff. A person holding a cake or cakes and what's that? A cake and some cups. And then a guy with headphones on dancing. And this guy here is like my oldest, or one of my sons who's always playing his VR. And then we got this guy doing something. I don't know what that is. Yoga pose maybe. And then we got walk like an Egyptian and the T pose. And got their hands on their hips. This climber kind of guy. I don't know what that is. Looks like somebody laying in bed when you think about it. We got a little squatter guy. And whatever that is. The camera is not picking them up great. And then it repeats. So there are 140 of those line pages, plus then the 2 extra pages at the back, which, let me show you the back one. It is literally just this with our website that we are working on making. I know, what have I missed in the chat, guys? I know that something happened here. Angela's here. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the chat. How y'all doing tonight? I'm doing fine. Drinking water, working on another scarf. Another scarf? Did you finish your first one? Your knitted one that you were working on last time? Actually, Terry, first of all, hi. And I was planning to send it media mail. I have done that in the past, so I know it's an option. I'll check on it and see what the options are. And if I need to, of course, I will talk to Lori. Did that years ago, but when we had to go to the hospital for 6 weeks, I had to do something. So I just grabbed it out of the closet and crocheted hook and took it with me. Well, that's one way to pass the 6 weeks, especially at someplace like the hospital. That's hard. Absolutely. Sometimes I don't remember, but Deborah's saying, but I'm due most of the time anyway. I try to. I've been working on small things like that and stuff like washcloths. Washcloths are definitely good small things. I like small and easy things, especially when you just need something to do with your hands while you're out and about. And you're working on a baby. Okay, so Izzy, is the baby blanket for the baby you're having or just one because? And I think I checked out Type Hook, Izzy, and I will make sure that I check. I think I went in and did it. I don't know. I've been so crazy that I've missed a lot of what's happening on YouTube. Okay. Oh. So did you just frog the knit one? Now that Angela says she's made so many mistakes that she just decided to make crochet. And all right, so Izzy, what color are you gonna make it? Because it's too early to know whether or not you're having a boy or a girl. Are you just making it a neutral color, or do you even care? Perfect. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've looked at your channel before, but I will come back through. I figured out where Nightbot keeps the logs of all the comments, and so I will make sure I check it out later tonight when I'm not in front of the camera. Well, I'm sad that you frogged it, Angela, but I'm glad that you are working on something. Are you using the same yarn or a different yarn? And are you just using like a basic stitch, or are you doing something fancy with your crochet? And Izzy, you said corner to corner, right? What else? I need to pull out my mosaic blanket and work on that again. I have not worked on it for a while. I really need to get that done. I do have to say, mosaic is fun because you have to pay attention so you can't get too bored. And then you make a picture, which is always cool to me anyway. That's my opinion. And then, but it takes so long because it's like singles and doubles across the whole world. Corner to corner is surprisingly very fast, but I've only made a couple of blankets. And I made a hat using half double crochet corner to corner. I made a hat for my son. They only had white yarn. Hell, that's a bummer. But I guess a white baby blanket's not so bad. And then it's neutral for either anybody. If you do christening or anything like that, that's perfect for that too. I haven't even been in a Joann with all of the stuff. I haven't been in since there. I don't know if there's anything left in my local one. We have two that are fairly close to us. I went by one that I used to go to in Salt Lake County, and I kind of got sad. And I haven't been sad by any of the others, but that one I went to like 20, 30 years ago. So it's kind of longer term memories with them. Oh, you are knitting another scarf. Okay. Be patient with yourself. You'll do great. Yeah, half double crochets corner to corner is much more dense. But it actually, if it's, you have to decide what look you want and what you're going for, because it was a hat. It was like a winter beanie that I did like the corner to corner up for the image that I was making. And then I switched to, I think I did double crochets to close up the top. So having the half double crochet made sense for that hat. But I don't know that I'd want to make a whole blanket with half double crochet because that would be very thick. So it depends on what you're using it for. Mine are saying that they're closing in May and are still restocking the shelves. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know what they have, what they're trying to get rid of. Terry says they're advertising new deliveries every day. Maybe I'll stop in tomorrow just to see what they have. Although it's not like I have yarn budget right now. I have no money for yarn. I have plenty of other things I'm doing with my money right now that I don't have money for yarn. Have you, any of you, done like bobbles or cluster stitches of some kind when you're in your corner to corners? Little puff stitches or popcorns or anything like that. Let's see if I have my project in here. Because I started this one and I did one row is the regular double crochets and the others are these little cluster stitches. So it gives it a little unique flair. It's storming there. Hey, did you know that we had a power outage for a couple seconds today? So we may not have a storm right now, although I think it's coming. But we also have consequences. We were talking about something. The whole family was talking. I said something and the lights went off and I was like, hey guys, that was emphasis on what I was saying. It was important. Pay attention. Camille did popcorn in the middle of her boxes every 4 rows. I didn't see it, but I remembered her talking about like on whatever she referenced it. She wasn't working on that, but she had referenced it. And I thought that was kind of cool because until I was doing the scarf last month, I didn't even realize that I didn't even think about doing other stitches in the corner to corners. So it was cool to think about. You could do other stuff. Thinking about doing that kind of make a Lego. Oh, that would be so cool. Oh, if you do that, kind of make up like a pattern idea because I have grandkids. And I think that would be really fun. I also have a niece or 2 nephews they're basically the same age as my grandkids or my nephews. So that'd be fun. I did popcorn stitch every 4th row. Just posted on my channel today. Oh, cool. I'll go look at it. Because of the morning sickness or because of the storm? Or were you this one that said the storm? Maybe you weren't the one that had the storm. Who had the storm? No, it is you. Yeah, that would be such a fun idea. Like if you did like a rectangle in one color and just did a small rectangle and then sewed them together so you had a bunch of different colored rectangles, Or if you wanted to map it out and do color changes like your regular thing so that you had, that would work too. You wouldn't have to sew it together then. You would just do color changes and map it out so it looked like Lego blocks throughout the thing. That would be really fun. Yeah, tutorial style. You're really into doing the tutorials lately. That's really cool. I really need to do some tutorials. Oh, let me have one of my kids grab something to show you guys. And then you tell me if I should make a tutorial and pattern for it. Hey, one of you guys do me a favor? Bring me the towel from off the fridge. Thank you. Okay. I made this up a couple years ago and then I just never wrote the pattern. I mean, I had like the notes for the pattern, but I never wrote up the pattern to do a towel topper that is an egg. What do you think? Should I actually take the time to write it out into a pattern and publish it and do a tutorial on my channel? Let me know. I could see how join as you go corner to corner would work. I definitely could see. That would be fun because then you could kind of hook it in. I've done, I never finished them. I start them because I think they're so cool. And then I never finished, but I was doing Mile a Minute with, oh, what's her name? She's got so many patterns. She's like a big YouTube yarn tuber, crocheter. I can't remember her name, but she was doing a calendar one. And I think I got like 4 months done and then just dropped it. Okay, so Angela says, yes, I should make the tutorial and pattern. It's kind of on my list. And I'm like, Michelle, just do it. That's what it is. Just do it. Just publish the pattern. Just do the YouTube tutorial. And isn't that towel super cute? I think we got this on Walmart, maybe. I don't know. It's getting harder to find the cute towels, but they still exist. You just have to know what to look for. Hobby Lobby tends to have them, but theirs are kind of expensive. But they have them for the different holidays. And I got a few years ago, right before I started my channel, I got some from Target that were Snoopy. Those were really cute and fun Christmas ones. So they exist. They're just a little harder to find. And speaking of my channel, guys, April 18th is my 3-year anniversary. Can you believe it? And this month, starting tomorrow's April 1st. Tomorrow's April Fool's. Don't be fooled. Okay, tomorrow is April Fool's Day, but it's also April, which begins our month collab with Lori, where we're doing animals. It can be an animal themed thing. It can have a picture of an animal. It can be for an animal, like the tutu that Bridget is making for her pig. I cannot wait to see that. I'm so excited. That is going to be so cute. I'm actually planning to make a hat. I stole the idea from Chef Lori because, yeah, I could. So I'm going to be making a hat. I'm going to be embellishing it. So it's super cute. What else? You can draw it. You can embroider it. You can felt it, needle felting. I kind of want to do that, but I would, unless you can do it with acrylic yarn, which Cheyenne couldn't do, but I could do. I could possibly try it with alpaca, but I could not use wool because silly wool allergies. So, does anybody know if you can do needle felting with something besides wool and like alpaca? Izzy, I'm sorry you're throwing a tantrum. And I don't mean to laugh at you, but that's funny. I say go for it. Throw a tantrum. Make sure you stomp your feet. And then take some deep breaths and calm down. Is that why you're not going to work tomorrow? So you're throwing a tantrum? one of our little friends she's pregnant, and my daughter, she's like, it's become her identity. It's all she talks about. But it's also her first. It's her first baby, so it's okay. It's okay to be her identity, because she's probably a bit anxious too, because I personally feel anxious every time I have a baby, but it was extra bad the first time when you know nothing about what's coming. Okay, what else do we have to talk about? Now, nobody's told me. Lori told me that these look like underwear when I showed them on my live with her a few weeks ago, and I didn't get very far. But have I got past them looking like, I think I got them a little longer than looking like big granny panties, right? Have I got them to where they no longer look like, they kind of look almost like mittens now? You could make mittens as long as you reference the song. 3 little mittens, they lost their 3 little kittens, they lost their mittens. No, actually, if you made mittens, put little paws on it, that would be so cute. Deborah said that she says cute towel topper. Thank you. She made some for Christmas, but nothing like that. I don't know if you knew this. I have a pattern for sale on Etsy that is a Christmas hat towel topper. I also have a dress towel topper that you could do in Christmas colors or any holiday colors or your kitchen colors. And then I have a playlist on my channel that is all the towel toppers. So I teach how I attach the yarn here that you crochet into, and then I have patterns for each of my towel toppers. And then when I make this one, I'll do a video there. So the videos are free, and then you can pay like $3 for the patterns. They might look like socks. That's the hope. I hope they eventually look like socks. My son's teasing me because he keeps... Okay, so here's the thing. These pair of socks are for him. This is his 3rd pair of socks. I asked the other kids, how many pairs of socks have you gotten? And my daughter has gotten 2. And the rest of the kids have gotten 1 pair. And this is my son's 3rd pair. And yet he's teasing me about how long it takes for me to make his socks. And he wants them to be so that he can wear them in his cowboy boots. So he wants them a little bit longer. Seriously, can't he just be grateful I'm making him socks? They did the first night when I held him like this. But they've gotten past that stage at least. Really saggy if not. They're starting to look like socks. Thank you, Angela. And I'm excited. I'm excited they're starting to look like it. I think for his feet, because he's 6'1", so his feet are not exactly short. I would have to go about how many more inches before I put on. I think I have to like double this before I can make the heels. Like that's how far I have to knit them. And I don't work on them very often, but I do take them. They're my take with me project. So, what else? Has everybody here heard about the giveaway? I think y'all have. Y'all type journal in the comments so you get your chance to enter. I'm excited to give it away. I was so excited when I was ordering. I was like, okay, I'm ordering some copies so that we have some copies that don't have the words on them. And so I was like, one for me, one for Cheyenne. And I'm like, I need more than that. I need one to give away on my channel. We're giving one to my daughter. And I think we're going to give the other one to my son. But I'm not sure. So. Is that what you do? Are you a teacher? I know that Lori was a teacher, and now Lori babysits her grandkids. Grandson, 1 grandkid, 2 grandkids. Anyway, Lori babysits now and then teaches us how to crochet and tells us fun stories and things like that. Oh, so we're on spring break this week, so I am excited for that, but my week is also super crazy busy. It's like it's supposed to be a day off, it's supposed to be time off, and I feel like I have already filled it up. But I'm glad that I don't have to get my kids out the door to school or online to do their online school, and I can just, we've got the week to just chill when it comes to school, so that's nice. When I was in school, my schools never had spring breaks. We had spring breaks, but it was like Friday, Monday, and Tuesday, or Thursday, Friday, and Monday, and like that was our spring break. And my kids get a whole week off. When I was in Arizona, we got 2 weeks off. We had 2 weeks off at Christmas break, and then we had 2 weeks off in the spring, and that was nice. One of the problems with this is I don't have a clock. I should give some feedback to What's Their Faces, Restream, and tell them they need to put a clock on their dashboard so I can see what time it is. I definitely need to get on Cheyenne and tell Cheyenne to not take and go make other plans and join me on my lives, because she's a delight to have here. And hopefully by the next live, I probably won't have them, but I should be able to have news about an update about my second journal that we put. And hopefully that means Cheyenne's given me some pictures. She's been working on an adult coloring book, and I'm super excited about that one. I teach, and teaching with morning sickness is not great. Yeah, morning sickness would be hard. Luckily, I never had to worry about that kind of stuff when I had morning sickness. Well, I worked in a movie theater, and I worked days, and they tried to put me on. I usually sold the tickets in the box office, and so I was fine. They tried to put me in the snack thing, and all the smells were not good, and that did not work out well. No, it did not. I was not being able to stay behind the snack bar and stuff because morning sickness. Nope. But for the most part, I didn't have to worry about that. I was a stay-at-home mom with my younger kids. I don't know how my friend did it. She's Cheyenne's age, a little bit older than Cheyenne. Because she is actually working in the cafeteria at a school. And I'm like, how are you doing that how did you do that with your morning sickness and all the stuff? But she's making it, and she's doing it, and she's now getting to the point where they're not letting her do half the stuff. She should have her baby probably 2 months, I think. I think she's getting close to the end. She probably feels miserable, though. Isn't it funny? Like, when you look at the calendar, it's like, oh, it's only 2 months away. But when you're actually 7 months pregnant, you're like, oh my gosh, it's 2 months away. Okay, what else can we talk about, guys? We haven't sassed AppBot. Here we go. An AppBot, Nightbot. Let's see what happens. We ask him how he is. Nightbot, how are you? What does he have to say? I need to get some of the dinner lists like Lori has. Apparently I'm loud. I'm sorry. Here we go. At Nightbot. I'm sorry. you gonna catch these needles? Oh, I'm kind of making him upset. So, plans now. So now apparently, thanks to you guys, I've got to make the pattern and the video tutorial for that. These, I'm already supposed to be making patterns and video tutorials for. I gotta get on the ball. I gotta start doing my job and getting all that stuff done. If my kids would get their driver's licenses and cars, then I would have so much more time to do YouTube. Ooh, 55 minutes. Guys, I've almost been on for an hour all by myself with you guys. Isn't that exciting? It's so much easier with Cheyenne here. It's even more easier. That is not proper grammar. It is even easier and more fun when I'm with like Lori and I have a guest or something. I do want to eventually just have guests. So if you want to be like, hey, I just want to hang out on your live, whether you have a channel or not, that would be way awesome. And I would love it if you would come and Lori says, at Nightbot, it generally does not like me. And he replies, Lori stories and crochet. Shh, I'm counting. That was perfect. Thank you. It made me laugh. I needed a good laugh. I know that I saw right before I came on that somebody else was live tonight. But this is my night, and I'm just going to keep doing it. So this is the first time you've seen the Nightbot. The first time I saw it was on Armchair Chef Lori's channel. And speaking of Armchair Chef Lori, hi Lori. Welcome to my live. Her channel was the first one I saw and heard referenced to Nightbot. And I've seen it on a few since. Let's see. She does have some really fun lists. She has lists like you can type in dinner. She has one where you type in dad jokes. She really just needs to give me the links to those so I can just tell her to reference those links and I don't have to rewrite them. Hey, I've been distracted by a couple of other things. So I missed your opening, but I'm all listening now. Whatever. Translate it however needs to be said. So first of all, Lori, should I publish a pattern and tutorial for this? It's one of the towel toppers. That's one of my questions that I've asked tonight. And what are you working on? And I'll tell you about, if I can figure out where I put it. Guys, what did I do with it? Oh no. Oh, Lori, tell me, do they still look like underwear? Have we gotten past that? We had this conversation without you. Now I need to know. There's the book. Okay. So we have Cheyenne's art on our book. This gray strip is the proof copy, so it won't be there on the end result. It's called Hang In There. That is cute. I haven't seen anybody else do one like that. That would be great for Easter. Yeah. I had a lot of fun creating. I have the notes. I just have to take time to write up the pattern and then do a tutorial. So it's on my list of things I must do. Anyway, inside there is a page for putting your name. And, let's see. I don't know what Brock category means. Spoonie Stitcher is doing live Decade Diva Q&A. Oh, well, I'll have to go back and watch that since I'm supposed to be doing one of those. Anyway, each page here is lined pages. It's college ruled. Has cute little figures that Cheyenne drew. There's 14 of them. 140 lined pages with the different characters at the bottom. A little goodbye page at the end. A cute little art on the back. And if you type journal in the comment here and come back on the replay and type journal again, you get entered in twice to get in, and I'll send you a book. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go catch the replay as well. I don't know what you mean by Brock, whatever. What is a Brock? Do I want to know? I don't know if she can. I know my oldest son's done them. That actually would be a really fun thing to have in a journal, to where you just flipped through all the things in it. I should talk to her about that, because we could make a whole journal where people could write in the journal, but then like it's a flip page. That would be way fun. Do you think so, Lori? Would you say there's a lot of good information there? Hey, other Lori, because I now have 2 Loris on the live. I had 2 Debs, well, Deborah and Deb earlier. I think they're still here, but they might not be. Who knows? People drop in and out, right? But I stole the idea. Oh, it looks like a bra. Okay. I stole the idea for the hat, and I'm going to make a hat for my animal challenge thing, and embellish it to look like a cat. That's my plan. So I'm making the quick and easy hat in the size you said, and making it a hat and for my animal project. Maybe I could come up with a cat thing. Oh, Cheyenne we need to get our journal published right this week, so that that's yeah. What was he saying? She has animals for one of our pages. They're really cute little animals that would go down in the corner. Some of them you would color in like adult coloring books, because they've got little patterns and stuff. They're super cute. And that would be really fun to get done this week or this month as a part of our Magical Mal. Oh, I like that. I'll have to remind her. Make her watch the replay since she missed the live. Paw prints. Oh, that's cute. I like that. I'm excited to see what you do with that. For my socks, I follow instructions from the Fished Lips Kiss heel. I like the rounded look of that heel. It looks a little bit more like a store bought sock. And she has some instructions like trace a foot, and you make the toes out to the width of the pattern, and then you make it up to the point where she kind of gives you a guideline of where to start the heel. And she just has a lot of really good instructions for a vanilla knit sock. So if you know how to knit, I think even if you choose not to do her heel or try it out, and if you don't like it, that's fine. I think it's $2.50 now for the pattern. It used to be only $1. I think she upped it because the prices of like how much money you could make off of a pattern like changed. So she probably was not even making any money with it being $1. Like not even cents. Prices, inflation, all that kind of stuff. Anyway. Okay. First half of her live is all about the Decade Divas. Yes, I definitely want to go watch that. You know, I tried doing a crochet sock once. I was so confused and they turned out super tight, so they couldn't really get worn. I think now that I've done a knit sock and I kind of understand how the heel works, I think I could do it again if I wanted to make a knit one, because I would have a better understanding. Actually, it'd be really interesting, like for a hat. Sometimes if I want to do a crochet stitch for the hat, I will knit the brim and do the knit ribbing and then switch to crochet for the rest of the hat. I could see doing that for a sock. That could be kind of cute too. Combine knitting and crocheting for a sock. Do, 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 do. I need water. I made sure my mug was clean. So, because this is now my mug for doing lives, because it's a skinny yarn. Izzy, what age do you teach? My mom hated making lesson plans. I mean, she liked making them for just for herself to help keep her on track, but she didn't like making them for subs because it was a big pain. And some subs were good and some subs were stressful for her. But she taught first grade. I'm gonna make a live laugh bark blanket for my aunt. Live laugh bark blanket for my aunt, but probably won't be done this month. That's okay, because you're doing plenty of other things to enter into the thing, into our little slideshow. And in case y'all don't know, I'm giving away $5 either to Etsy or Ravelry to a winner that I picked from the slideshow at the end of the month. So you turn in your stuff by the 30th. If you don't want to be in the giveaway, you just say so when you enter your project. And again, that project, it doesn't have to be crochet or knit. It could be embroidery. It can be cross stitch. It could be sewing. It could be needle felting. It could be drawing. It could be a poem. It could be music. It could be anything creative. Yeah, Lori, are you going to show us how you designed it on Fiddler? I love that you did that that demonstration. I definitely will need to, because I've done it here is my spreadsheet, make my spreadsheet cells small and put the picture in, which takes a really long time. I like this fiddler thing that you taught us. Stitch fiddle, is that what it's called? Okay, Izzy, go rest your eyes, get some sleep. I don't know what that second half of what you said is. But I hope you get some sleep. And if you go to sleep, or I hope you have a good day tomorrow if you end up going to school. And if you end up not going to school, then I hope you take good care of yourself. Yeah, that's what I have to say. Is it called Stitch Fiddle? Hello, Nancy. Welcome from Ontario, Canada. I have a question for Lori, the postal nut. Does it cost a lot of money to send something to Canada? Because I have my book giveaway, but I'm not sure if I need to keep it United States. And since Lori works for the United States Postal Service, she knows these things. But I was super happy to have you here, Nancy. Welcome. Are you a crafter? Ooh, not from a picture. Nice. And now we have another person from Canada, from Alberta. Alberta's pretty much straight up for me. I think I've been on your channel, Polly's Crochet Creation. I'm sorry, Mary. Mary's jealous of Izzy because she suffers from nausea, but in the end gets a new baby. Whereas some of us, if we get nausea, we don't get a new baby. I'm sorry, Nancy. Oh, okay. I will do that, Lori. I'll go check and see what it would take to go up there. Because right now, right now I have this. This gray strip right here is it says it's a proof copy. So the final ones won't have that in there. And this art is done for my daughter, who is usually here with me, but she's not in here tonight. It's called Hang In There. This is a journal that is now for sale on Amazon. So it has the pictures, and then at the bottom of the lined pages, there is a cute little stick figure that she drew. There are 14 different stick figures. There are 140 lined pages, and then there's a cute little goodbye page and cute little back because it's got a figure on the back. And I'm giving one of these away if you type journal in the chat, or if you type journal in the replay, or if you're live and in the replay, you get a chance to win. You get a second entrance into the giveaway. But unfortunately, I'm not sure. I have to find out how much it would cost to go to Canada. So you can enter, but if it turns out that shipping to your place in Canada is too much money, I would not be able to send you one. Although I might be able to do it through Amazon. Because I might be able to order an author copy through Amazon in Canada, and that might be cheaper. So I might still be able to do it, but I'd have to look into it. So if you want to be entered in case I can give you a journal, type that, but just be aware that if it turns out to be too much money, I can't send it. Right? And I'm excited to have a couple people from Canada here. I actually had a friend, I can't remember what his chat name was, but he was from Alberta, and it was really fun. He came down to visit Utah, and that was a lot of fun. That was 3 decades ago, guys. If you type at Nightbot and say whatever sassy thing you want to say, he'll reply. Okay. I'll check if my winner is from Canada, then I will look into the cheapest way and before I decide what's happening. So I do have pirate ships, so I can look into that as well. And also, and yeah, I probably, especially, I'm probably not going to put anything in with it, so I can send media mail. Do you know if you can send media mail through pirate ship? Right, journal in each place. The stickman is just a way so somebody can say, hey, tell me about the journal. But journal is the key word. It was so people don't write giveaway. like some people already did in the chat. So yeah, if you write journal in the chat tonight, then you get an entrance. And then if you come back to the replay sometime this week, tonight, tomorrow, up through, I think, Sunday, because I'm going to do the drawing on Monday, you'll get a second chance to Hey, Lori, if you win, does that mean we get to meet in person again? Maybe we can actually go out to eat this time or something. That won't save me money because I'll pay for eating, but that still would be way fun. Oh, so if I wanted to send it media, I would have to do it at the post office, which is fine. Okay, well, good night, and thanks for popping in for a second. And Lori, armchair chef Lori, got to write journal. There you go. I want to know what the hand thinks. Did I open it? I can't remember if I opened the live. I didn't. I'll have to look at them later. It's kind of fun having a fellow YouTuber in local area. I'm up in Salt Lake enough that it's pretty fun. I really enjoyed your show. I learned quite a bit tonight, especially about that night bot. And thank you so much for your patience. So glad you were here. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm super excited to have a new friend. I'll watch for you next week, maybe. Hopefully you can join me next week. Hey, Chef Lori, if you want Knifebot not to say anything, start with their name and then say hi. Waiting for the emoji to come up. Little heart ones. You need to write. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Let's see, we're going to do this. There. Oh. Yeah. Well, and she works, you're babysitting that way, and then she's got her family and doing the thing. I do have to say, I kind of wish I lived closer because I would love to come hang out with you guys a little bit too. Lori says, Nightbot, why do you hate me? Lori, stories in short crochet yarn. I haven't listened in for a bit. How's that baby doing? I know that her daughter-in-law's in the hospital, or at least they're trying to keep the baby from coming. Yeah. I am excited for her to have the baby. I just hope that baby stays in long enough that it's can make it. Yeah, Nightbot, stop the rain. I have to go pick my son up from work tonight. He's got his motorcycle, but he can't ride his motorcycle when the weather is not cooperating. So if Nightbot would stop the rain, I'd be extra happy. I promise. Extra happy. What's the weather supposed to be like this coming weekend? Because I'm supposed to drive up to Salt Lake again on Friday. Good to hear. Good to hear. This was fun. I've been having fun tonight, having new friends show up, and how fun to get a couple of people from Canada. And I just, yeah. I'm going to highlight that because that's so cute. And because I can. Lori Stories and Crochet says, I'd be okay if it was raining yarn. Heck yeah. Oh, I could put that in Nightbot Sass. That would be fun. I'll have to ask Cheyenne what she thinks. So in case you didn't know, Cheyenne, my cohort, has plans tonight. She arranged plans to stay with a friend. And then after the fact, we're like, hey, Cheyenne, it's supposed to be my live. Oh, I didn't know I turned that on too. Let me turn that back off. Hide. Wrong thing. There we go. Anyway, Cheyenne made other plans, and so now we've put it into her calendar so she doesn't forget. The Monday nights is live with Mom. Go to CVS tonight and get some pain meds for a root. Oh, yeah, definitely get a treat. But I'm sorry about your tooth. Raining yarn or men? Are they cute men? I am still single. That would be acceptable if they're cute and kind, gentlemen. If they make me laugh. And I could use some more yarn, couldn't we all? Even though we all have big stashes, we could use more yarn. How far away is the CVS from you? Mine's like 4 miles. It takes like 5 minutes to get there. Will I be able to do all the animal things on time? The magic yarn ball says it is decidedly yarn. You want a retired fireman? I don't know any retired firemen. I know some current firemen, but I don't know any retired ones. I also know the mother to the, what is it, sheriff in Utah County. That's kind of fun. A few blocks. That's not too bad. Of course, here in Salt Lake County, that could take forever. There you go. See, Lori, your retired fireman is in Colorado with the other Lori. Maybe he has yarn for you. No cups. I kind of agree, actually. But I still know the mother to him. And she tells stories. There's a few professions that I don't want to date. Like, I don't want to date a cop. I actually don't want to date a fireman. I guess a retired one wouldn't be so bad. I don't want to date a lawyer, and I don't want to date a doctor. And it's nothing against them as people. It's just, I don't want to. Oh, and a politician. I don't really want to do. Ooh, road trip. Can I come? You can meet the firemen. I'll just hang out with the Shannon and Lori. You can hang out with us too. And the firemen. My nephew, he has property in southern Colorado. I don't think, though, that you would go through Denver to get there. Might. But I think you'd probably go down by Monticello, Utah, and then turn over and go over that way. But I don't know for sure. Is your husband a cop? We had there was a set of twins in my church congregation, and one of them had started in the police academy, and he quit. He could not handle what he saw. He couldn't handle it, and the stuff that they have to deal with and everything, and then nope. And then you just add their different personalities to the mix, and no thank you. You only have one spare bedroom. I could sleep on the floor. I could sleep with the cats. When you went across Southern California, did you go down into Arizona or did you stay in Utah? Oh, cop and military. Wow. That's some intenseness there. I used to live in a town called Kayenta, Arizona. It's on the Navajo Reservation, 20 miles south of the Utah border. And we would go across the top of Arizona over to Las Vegas. And we have a former cop and former Marine. He's both in our church congregation too. And you can tell that he was a cop and a Marine, but he's actually not as, I guess, dark as some of them. So he's retired. Maybe that helps. I don't know. I don't want to see and deal with the stuff that they have to deal with. And I don't ever want to be a cop. I have a friend, she was a female cop, and I'm just like, how do you choose that life to be a cop as a woman? Anyway, I mean, it's her life, her choices, right? She's fine. She's happy. She's good. But it's not a life I would choose. Anyway, I know that the whole thing is like, for some reason, 2 hours is like the magic live time. I don't know if that's true or not. However, I'm asking for a lot. I actually am not currently asking for anything, except for that he's not an attorney, not a cop, not a, what else did I say? Doctor. I don't really want a fireman. But the reality is I'm not really looking for anybody right now anyway, so it's okay. But I'm going to finish my live so I can go do stuff with my kids. I know it's only an hour and a half. I haven't hit the magic 2 hours. I don't even know if the 2 hours thing really matters. But I do know that my voice is kind of over talking. And I still have some lives to go watch the replays on. And I need to work on my crocheting. Oh, I actually, I've noticed that a lot of the ones that work in jails are actually, they have a little bit different personality from my experience. My landlord works in a prison, and I had a neighbor once that worked in a prison. Good night, Angela. Thanks for coming. I'll see you next time. I love you. And guys, even though this is live, I'm still going to remind you, remember to let your light shine through your creations, whatever they be, whether they be art or writing, because, you can write in this, or crochet or knit or whatever you create. I am so excited that people are creating. And thank you so much for being a part of my YouTube world. And I love you guys. And I'm going to go now. So have an amazing night. I'm going to go make sure my kids are behaving and work on my crochet while watching live replays. Bye.